look at it. So what they are, ornaments, same as the ones we were just showing you. They measure about 4 inches high here. The Santa with the baby Jesus is a little shorter, just above 3 inches, pardon me. $18 is your sale price for one. If you want to pick up both, good news, because there is a buy more, save more where you save $3 off of your second one. So then that brings it down to $15, and you could always take advantage of the easy pay as well. So the easy pay would be three easy payments, $6 for just one. Remember, if you're picking up more than one, then you know that varies a little bit. But this was something that sold out last year. We just got more in stock. It's the first day on easy pay. It's H212000. That's your item number. So here's that baby Jesus with the Santa, which we actually saw earlier in the show, oversized. And then we have the angel with the husky. Those are your two choices. The angel with the husky, and what is that bird? Is that like a falcon? It's striking.
I might say that, you know, there was a snowman with this collection, and he has left the building.
That's what I thought.
And I expect these will probably follow suit, because this is one of the most popular stylings that I've come up with. And you know, people say, "Oh, it's brand new styling." Well, it's really not a brand new styling. It's something that I've done for a long time, primarily in the decor items that I've done, which is a little bit different than just the figural pieces.
Right.
And I do it in this styling, and I have done it in this styling for so long, because it's the neutrality of it makes it so easy to, you know, to pair with other pieces, and it just goes so easily with, you know, with anything that you put it with, because there's nothing here that fights with it. However, there's enough detailing on this stuff, and you can see as I turn it around, there's detailing all the way around. You've got this sort of spray of this sort of a Fraktur version of rose modeling elements, and then you have the stylized lily, which I use so frequently on items that allude to the birth or the death of Jesus. So that's an element that's always there whenever I'm working with this subject, and I guess the folks out there kind of know that. But once again, this is a downsized version of what you saw earlier. And the thing that I love
giftable, very easy.
Yeah,
inexpensive.
This is just like we talked about earlier. You know, it's so doable. You know, that if you want to remember your, you know, a friend or you know, a member of your family that you want to give just a little something to say, you know, hey, you know, I remember you. You know, you're one of my loved ones, and here's a little something, you know, that'll kind of create a bond with us. And there's nothing like an ornament. And one of the reasons that for that is because it's something that you know is going to be used and loved and and kept in the family and remembered year after year after year.
Right.
You know, there's ornaments that we have that the kids don't think that it's really that the season is really in play unless that collection of ornaments is shown.
Right, I feel the same exact way. And I don't know if you heard, I just found out, Christine Zell, she's a host here, and she was on a little bit earlier, and she was sharing a story of how in her family, from the time the kids were babies, every year they'd get a little ornament. So then by the time they grew out of the house, their whole tree was decorated with ornaments that they were gifted over the years. So maybe that's a little tradition that you have or would like to start. And you can put these, you know, they're perfect little stocking stuffer size for if it's within your own family, or of course easy to gift to teachers, to, you know, those folks at the church that are always helping you out when you need someone to come over and sit the kids or watch the dog. I mean, the angel has a husky, so if you have a dog sitter, you know that that person is your angel in those moments of need. And this one has that little bird as well. And then we also have Santa with the baby Jesus. Now, I just want to remind you, the sale price is $18 for one, or 3 easy payments of $6. But if you want to pick up 2, you're in luck, because we have a buy more, save more of $3. So you could pick up both. Your first one would be $18, your second one would be $15. If you're thinking about multiple gifts throughout the season, I always think July is a great time to do it, because if we wait until November, December, first of all, you're beating the rush by doing it now. But then all of our money is being spent in those 2 months. You know, this is kind of an easy way for me, do a little shopping in July to just kind of lighten the burden a little bit. Already 850 of these have been ordered, and this is the first day that you have that easy pay choice. Item number, once again, is H212000.
Well, you know, you say pick up, you know, maybe pick up a couple. I say pick up a couple dozen.
Yes.
And then you got a big chunk of your
Gifts
your gift giving already done. Once again, see if you can see, here's the back of them, and the back of them are decorated too. And they have this, once again, this blank space left that you can, if you give it to a gift, you know, just, you know, write a little sentiment there, you know.
Right.
If, you know, give it to your folks and tell them how much you love them, you know, and or give them to your friend or your teacher and say, you know, thanks for a job well done, you know, or something like that, you know, that you can, you know, that it memorializes an event or a memory or a friendship or a relationship, you know, in such a beautiful and a simple way.
I agree.
I might also add that these things, since they are made to be, you know, to sit like this, of course here they are hanging, but you can set them and use them just like a mini figural piece.
Right, a little statue.
And you know, we talked about decorating around the big pieces. This is what I'm talking about. You could put these pieces around the big piece and with the, you know, some greenery and that kind of stuff, and it just augments the piece beautifully. And that includes my very colorful works too.
Right.
You can have these neutral pieces around these colorful works. It works beautifully. Jan does it all the time in combination, and so we're, you know, our house is during the season is covered with that kind of stuff, you know. But you know, there it is on that shows you on the tree. Now, you know, the fact is that as a, I guess, kind of almost like a figural greeting card, you might say. You can give these things out, write the sentiment on there, share it with the people that you love. I can't think of a better way, really, of you know, expressing something in a very simple way.
Yeah.
But the good thing about it, it's not just like giving a card that's going to be thrown in a drawer.
Right.
Or giving them something like, you know, like a pair of socks or something. You know, this is something that will be shared and be recognized and remembered. Year after year after year. It's like it becomes one of the things that's sort of a little small part of the tradition.
Yeah.
You know, we have a tree, well, I mentioned
You have
earlier.
12 trees.
Yeah, Jan puts up 12 trees.
Do you mix artificial and real? Do you have just real?
Well, Jan has an enormous collection of ornaments.
Okay.
And we have some real trees, and then we have some you know, artificial trees. So we have a purple theme, obviously.
Oh, of course.
We have a silver theme. We have a fishing theme that's in the game room with lures all over it. And we have also a Jim Shore tree. And the Jim Shore tree is covered with this kind of stuff, and every ornament that I've ever done is on that tree. And it's large enough that Jan actually takes some of the figural pieces, wires them in, so you have the figurines, you have the figures, but things like this are very prominent in our decorating. And you know, I want to emphasize that I do this stuff initially. It's not just so that I have something to sell.
Right.
It's something that I'm passionate about doing. I love doing this stuff, and as I'm doing it, I never think about sales or marketing or merchandising, even when I'm on like this, you know. That's your job.
Yeah.
My job is to make a connection with the folks that I love so much, and they're all of you out there that have honored me by sharing my enthusiasm for this enough to be collectors or enough to share this with your friends and that sort of thing. And that means a lot to me, and I'm really serious about that. It's why I do what I do. And when I'm working on these pieces, you know, that's one of the things I think about. You know, I think, how is this gonna, you know, be received, and is it gonna, you know, is it gonna represent something? You know, oftentimes these things become more than it's a figurine, it's a little something. It might be just a little gift for your aunt or your sister or something. But sometimes it's more than that, you know. And oftentimes these things are becomes symbolic of something. And oftentimes, and I love sharing those times with people, you know, whether they send me letters about it, or they are at the signings and they'll tell me of the things that it represents. And it might be for a joyous time, you know, a wedding, a birth, or you know, some celebration, or maybe a graduation or something. And I just love hearing that. Sometimes it's sometimes they're funny, you know, sometimes they're heartwarming, and sometimes, quite frankly, they're heartbreaking. But it becomes a little sort of a symbol that that they can. I've had military folks tell me that they've taken these angels, by two of them, one for their wife, one for themselves. They take on deployment, and that's the connection. And I can't tell you how that touches my heart. And pieces like this can do the same thing. You know, you can have some little message there that really means something, and it's a special bond between you and the person that you give it to. And it could be simple, it could be funny, you know, it could be something that's heartwarming or endearing, but it's something that makes a bond, and it's something that becomes just one little footnote in your life that is an important element and makes your life just a little bit richer.
Well, and you know what? I know it's Christmas in July, and that's what we're celebrating here, and everything is, of course, very Christmas-oriented or holiday-oriented. And certainly with the Santa and the baby Jesus, you have that. But I was thinking to myself, the angel is year-round. A lot of us collect angels. Certainly at Christmas time or the holiday time, the angels are more prominent. But this one has the husky. It has what I think is a hawk or a falcon or something.
Like an osprey.
An osprey, okay.
A
bird of prey, for sure.
If you want to get technical.
But you know, this could really be year-round. If you have any gifts, remember it's July, so if you have anything like that coming up, maybe this is something that you're picking up for more than just holiday gifting. But certainly if you are thinking of holiday gifting, pick up one, pick up two, pick up three, four, five, etc. Because one of them is $18. If you're picking up more than one, $15 will be the price on the additional pieces, because we have a buy more and save more of $3. And we also have, for the first day, easy pay. So on one piece, it would be $6. However many you're picking up, take that price and divide it over 3 months with any major credit card. It's not layaway or anything like that. We ship it out to you right away. Already 1,500 of these have been ordered, and this is something that sold out when it was presented last July, and we were able to get more in stock for this year. But think of how much time has passed between the last time these were on air and today.
They're great little pieces, and they have so many uses. You can imagine how it'd be at a dinner party or something, to have these as place settings, and your guests can have a little something to take home with them to remember the get together and the celebration.
And you know what? It's not like they're just taking home something. These are collector's pieces. These are hand painted. Everything is done with an enormous amount of craftsmanship. So it's not just like here's a gift, you know? It's not that. They're definitely unique. Item number on these, H212.